Denise, guess what?
What's Abby?
We got chismes.
Hi guys, or hola chicos. So I think this episode is gonna be in English, right?
Sí,
We talk about it, yeah.
sí.
Okay, so again, this is Denise, and that's a besito. And welcome to another episode of We Got Chisme. So today, Sabi chose a title. What's the title? The title for today's episode, Sabi?
I didn't pick the title. We picked the title. Um,
Well, it was his idea, so it's
sure.
your
Let's keep it.
idea.
Anyhow, the title would be AITA or Are You the Worst?
So, am I the asshole or are you the worst? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Like Denise. Denise is the worst of the worst. But you guys will get to know her a little bit further in this
And
episode.
realize apparently that I'm the worst of the worst. But we'll see.
Yeah. So, like Denise said, guys, this week we're gonna have the English episode. We're doing the alternative every other week. So let's see what this one brings on. We have a few stories, a little bit spicy, a little soap opera. So, but we let you guys judge the stories by yourself. So, without further ado, Denise, let's start with the story number one.
Hey, we need those things that when you say story number one comes out like effects.
Like,
You know, like those body effects that by that, but we should put noise though, like
oh, but this is just reaction, girl. We cannot do this all the time.
yeah, but okay. Well, I will take that for now. Story number one, yay! So let's start number one. It comes from the subreddit family drama, and it's a little bit long, but apparently it's very worth it. I've read like maybe two or three of these stories, but not all of them. So we'll see. So the title is My Fiance's Brother Blew Up at Me After Our Engagement, and I don't know how to move forward. Okay, so wedding drama. Yes, it says, Hi Reddit, I, 24 female, just got engaged to my fiance, 25 male, 2 weeks ago. And what should be the happiest time of our lives has been hijacked by his brother, 28 male. Let's call him Rodney. So, a little bit of background. Rodney has been dating his girlfriend, Noelle, 31 female, for about 9 months. Early on, Noelle made that really disrespectful joke to me. A month later, I calmly brought it up the next time I saw her. No yelling, no aggression, just a respectful, hey, this hurt me. I forgave her, assumed we were fine, and thought we left on good terms. In the months since, Noel has repeatedly made comments about John marriages failing / divorce, while knowing I was about to get engaged. And I can't help but feel those comments were pointed. We are having a small engagement, moving party, 10 people, basically just close friends. We invited Rodney, but my fiance said we'd prefer Noel not to be there since it was so small and only very close friends were invited. So Rodney flipped the blow up. Instead of just accepting this, Rodney took it as an opportunity to unload everything he's ever thought about me. He sat my fiance down for 1 to 2 hours and told him how much he hates being around me, how I'm cold, negative, ruin the vibe, and basically how I make social events unbearable. This was completely shocking because Rodney and I always seemed fine. He's laughed, joked, and smiled with me for years. Never once has he mentioned an issue. I've hosted him countless times and genuinely thought we had a good relationship. That's sad. He's just about her that, they don't like his girlfriend. But anyway, we got the emojis. So the messages. Now she's explaining this because she's like breaking it up in parts for us. So the message says, After I found out what he said, I texted Ronnie saying I was shocked and hurt and
Oh,
I've never disliked him and I wanted respect going forward. Instead of owning that, he doubled down and sent me a two-page essay
yeah.
about how I have two personalities, fun and horrible. How I ruin social events, how Noel feels unwelcome, how others, in quotes, agree with him about me. He insisted, in quotes again, no one in the family is villainizing you. Meanwhile, he was doing it. I responded explaining that this was crossing boundaries, disrespectful, and that I'm not going to accept my fiance's brother talking badly about me to him. I clarified that I wasn't cold, but my anxiety around Noel, and then it says knowing that she dislikes me, might have come across that way. I explained my perspective calmly and pointed out the specific mischaracterizations. Rodney sent back, oh my God, a 4.5 page essay.
She's putting this on Google Docs to figure out the length of these essays or
And
something.
the parenthesis says, yes, I counted. These are no-length messages. Oh my God, this guy. Where he, point one, insisted that I'm tangibly negative and not respectful. Point two, claim he's not the only one who feels this way, that others have noticed my supposed bad vibes. Point three, say he was entitled to talk to his brother, my fiance, however he wanted about me, and that this wasn't disrespectful. Point, well, I forgot already. One, two, three, four. Defended Noel's divorce comments as misinterpreted, though admitted she owes me an apology. Point five, accuse me of alienating Noel. Point six, frame himself as gracious for tolerating me all this time.
Oh wow, he's full of
You. We have since spoken to every other family member, and they have nothing but positive things to say about me. And I have never had conflict with anybody else. So these other people are all in his head, I guess. I'm sorry, that was my comment, not what Opie said. And now there is another point that she wants to make. Well, the title is Where Things Stand. And she said, at this point, I have blocked Rodney. He said he planned to write me more later.
Oh,
Next time it's going to be a 10-page essay,
it's been crazy.
right? And I don't feel the need to be berated further. My fiance also told him he crossed a huge line and that he needs a space from him. Rodney's response, I'm here when you want to resolve this, with zero acknowledgement of the damage he caused. Now I'm planning a wedding, and I don't want Rodney or Noel to be there. Honestly, this whole situation has made me reconsider marrying into a family where his brother feels comfortable attacking me like this. I will never let a friend or family member speak to me this way, and I don't think my fiance's brother should get a free pass just because he's family. My question, how do I move forward? Do I cut Rodney and Noel out of wedding family events entirely? Should I rethink marrying into a family where this is possible? Has anyone else dealt with in-laws like this? Hmm. What do we think? Or do you want to read some comments first? Well, I want to know your opinion first, though.
Um, First of all, was the fiance who decided not to invite Noel because
That's true.
he says, but my fiance say we prefer not to prefer Noel not to be there since it's gonna be a small and close friends and they just been dating for what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but you know. So I think this dude seems like the type of guy like get easy manipulated for
Mhm.
others, and he's just acting like a
So what
little.
did you do? Will you cut them off like from the wedding, or will you still invite them?
Uh, no, for what? Because at the end, if this is to her through text messages directly, imagine when your worst fear is that a person might cause a scene in your wedding day or can cause you like an issue there, like this is your day, you're already stressful enough with everything, planning that everything goes well, and have to be concerned about somebody specifically. Even though it says like the brother also got cut some boundaries from with the brother, like that he needed some space from him. At the end of the day, it's a situation of both, but to the point like this might help her reconsider where she's gonna get married or not, which is
Yeah.
the questions that she's raising is like why? For one person? I mean, you're not getting married to that person specifically.
No. But also depends how the brother is handling the situation.
I mean, it doesn't
Like,
seem like he did much.
well, the brother did say he didn't want Noel there, but he didn't say anything about his brother. But I wonder now if the fiance is saying, "Oh, I don't want my brother to be in the wedding or not. I want to know that. I want him to, think about it because at the end of the day, he is disrespecting her. And if the brother does not put any boundaries, well, the fiance does not put any boundaries to his brother, this is just gonna be worse.
Yeah.
Because soon it's not gonna be just her. If they have a kid, the brother is gonna have a problem with the kid, and then he's gonna be talking about the kid as well. So he has to put boundaries with that and be like, you either apologize or you're not invited to the wedding.
I mean, even that, he's gonna feel like he's being obligated to do something, you know? Like
But at
doing it.
least, let's say down the road things get better. That it was Noel that was the bad influence in there, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which looks like
let's
it.
say down the road they break up and they get better, and then they're like, "Fuck, I was not at your wedding. You were not at my wedding." There will be always resentment around that. So I think the best way to say is like telling the brother, "Hey, you either apologize or you're not going to the wedding, and I want you to please do not speak to my fiance this way." And maybe, just Noel is not invited. And if the brother has the option and he can come, otherwise he will just not go. But that will be his decision. It will not just be his brother being like, okay, you're not invited. Which at the end of the day, like I say, it might be that. It might be the bad influence. So who knows if Noel is the one writing the messages and he's not saying
Ah,
anything.
you imagine? That would be
It has
hilarious.
happened. I recently was having a conversation about this to someone who fought with his cousin, and at the end of the day it was not him writing the text, it was his friend that had something against that person, and he just gave the phone to the friend, and the friend typed everything and just sent it.
Wow.
And there were so many issues surrounding that with everyone, and now years later they say, oh, it was not me, it was my friend. But still, you still sent it because you were angry. Like you knew what they were saying and you were like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. And you let it go. You didn't say those words. You didn't type those words, but you still let it.
So you mean at the end of the day?
Yeah, but still, like, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's Noel the one that is typing all of this. And
Well, at the end of the day, it's still coming from that person. So whoever is receiving the messages are thinking it's a person. So, and he knows the other person will feel that way when they get those messages. So it's pointless.
yeah,
What is done, it's done at the end of the day. So yeah, cousin, I mean, the brother-in-law really messed up if whatever he say. But validating himself, that's good that he put his self out there, how he feels about her. But I guess he gives us some space for her to see how her fiance managed that situation. I believe since they've been for such a long time together, um, like you said before, the fiance it's the one who needs to put the boundaries back over there because at the end of the day, it's his family, it's his brother, and like, you know,
yeah,
she would not feel comfortable saying like, okay, so this este pendejo is not even gonna fight for me.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah, especially when those like after the first essay, I'm like, I'll be like, talk to your brother.
Yep, same.
I'm like,
Be like, I'm done with the situation, you deal with it. It's your family. I'll be done.
I don't understand with the issue, or just invite him over so we can take care of everything off the chest and just get it over with.
I
Because,
mean, knowing me, I will give them one chance. I'll be like, you have one chance to fix this. And if you do not want to fix it, like he will have to talk to his brother, of course. But then my thing will be like, we can have a conversation about this in person if you want to fix it. But then I will give the brother just one chance. If he doesn't fix it, or if he says even things more hurtful, I'll be like, I'm done. I'm completely done. He cannot come here until he completely apologizes and I feel that it's sincere.
well, you give him more than a chance.
I give him one chance.
No, because if you still able to open to fix things up afterwards, so you give him more than
I
one
mean,
chance.
of course,
Just
because
fair. Because you don't want it to your relationship with that person to be completely dis
exactly. But
completely
then
bad.
you see, like some people have the conversation over and over. Like some people will be like, okay, we'll have you for dinner today. Let's fix this. And then the next week, okay, you fuck it up. Let's try it again. And then next week, I'll be like, no, I don't want to talk about this
Oh,
forever and ever and
no,
ever.
no, not like that. It's like it happens already. It's happened twice, three times. No. And talk later, I'll be like, honey, if you want to talk, just come over. Like, let's just come over. My fian your brother and we can sit with you. We can address your issues. However, we are not going to continue. Don't waste your time typing these novels, because at the end of the day, I'm going to end with a book to publish.
Yep. At the end of the day, you're gonna be like, why is my brother-in-law hates me? And then you have a
I'm like, the book.
book,
Reasons why my brother-in-law hates me after
right?
3 months of meeting his new girlfriend.
No, 9 months.
No, see, he just met the other lady 3 months ago. No?
Oh, I thought it was 9 months.
No, it's just 3 months.
9 months. Rodney has been dating his girlfriend for about 9 months.
Oh, okay. And they just become boyfriend and girlfriend, I guess, after 3 months.
Does
3 months.
that it doesn't
Well,
say
still.
that. You're making things up. Anyway, the comments basically agree with us. The comments say, I wouldn't judge your partner off the actions of a brother. We all have that relative. And then the other one that said, you decide that you're not gonna let it affect your life. Oh, somebody said, my sister-in-law sent me a 12-page letter, front and back, saying the worst things, even called me demonic.
Yeah.
I did not respond. It's been 20 years and we do end up at the same functions, and I have nothing to do with her. I say nothing and ignore her if she speaks to me. I get along great with the rest of the family. I don't gossip about her. She simply doesn't exist in my world.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Another option in case that you want to keep the resentment.
Yeah. Somebody else say, I personally will see if he or apologizes. Oh, if Noel, that's what we're saying. I personally will see if he or Noel apologize in due time. Being there and it's super hard. I know many people that go to family functions and they're all there, but some do not talk to each other. And then OP responds to that and says, I think this is what I'm going to do. I will take the high road and be civil at family events and hope he comes around and realizes he fucked up. Yeah, that's what I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we have something more present than the family events, girl. We haven't reached there yet. I mean, we have a wedding to attend, a wedding to decide whether he's gonna be in or whether we're
Yeah.
gonna be in. So that would work for long term, but for short term, we want to know, are you gonna invite him to the wedding or not?
Well, actually, there is one thing that OP in the comments responds to someone else. It says, I didn't think I need witnesses at the time, but looking back, it was definitely a mistake as opposed to responding to Rodney. They have both now apologized for the situation. I'm not interested, but I still have them blocked. Not interested in continuing back and forth with either of them. Thank you for your insight. Okay.
Okay, so they both reach back and fix things.
Yeah.
Okay, not that bad. All that drama for nothing, bitch.
Oh, they have an we do have an insider. It
Okay.
says, just curious, OP, what was the disrespectful joke from Noel that triggered all this in the first place? Because remember, since I Noel
Mhm.
made a disrespectful comment, it says, literally too insane to believe. We played this game that gives you prompts to answer, the things you shouldn't do. And her
Mhm.
answer was kiss. And then it says the full government name of the fiance's ex-girlfriend. So her fiance's ex-girlfriend. So her answer was things you shouldn't do, kiss the fiance's ex-girlfriend. They went on to say she stalked her on social media for hours one night. Mind you, this is my fiance's ex-girlfriend from 6 years ago. Noel had been dating Rodney for 2-ish months at this point and obviously never met her and shouldn't even know her name. Okay.
I literally knowing twins, a literally too insane to believe. We were playing this game that give you the prompt to answer. The question was things you shouldn't do, and her answer was kiss my fiance ex-girlfriend full government name. Then went to say that she stalked her on social media for hours one night. Mind you, this is my fiance ex-girlfriend from 6 months ago. Noel have been dating Rodney for 2-ish months at this point, and obviously never met her, and shouldn't even know her name.
I just don't understand things you shouldn't do. Oh, okay. So the game was things you shouldn't do, and she was just saying, "Oh, you shouldn't kiss your ex-girlfriend."
Mm-hmm.
But then she said the full name, so everybody was like, "How the heck you know her full name if they dated 6 years ago?" So that's why everybody was like, "That's creepy." Oh my God.
But that doesn't make any connections to joke, the disrespectful joke. It's
Disrespectful joke.
creepy.
There's
Yes.
no disrespectful, it's just creepy.
Okay. Everybody's mental in this story. Never mind. OP, you write very nicely. Looks like it's ChatGPT who made this format for you, by the way.
I mean,
Even
in this situation, she's not the asshole.
she's not, but I wouldn't. I don't know. The way that she put it, she's playing in the Noel like the worst. But after reading
Yeah.
the so-called comments that create all this drama, I'm like, what the fuck?
OP might have been the asshole when she said, well, I don't know. I will, you know what I can say? It's everybody sucks here. It's just that OP sucks a little bit less. But it would be like everybody sucks here because she made a drama about a lot of things. And this hurt me. How does this hurt you? Because she said you shouldn't kiss your ex-girlfriend, whatever. And then second, the fiance did not want to invite Noel because of this reason. And this is what created all the drama.
Well, now here it says like Noel hasn't been in his life for a full 2 months
When she did the joke.
with the joke. Yeah, I'm like, so
Again,
why the brother is so offended not to be invited her? See if it's a thing for close family, and probably they didn't want to
they've
invite
been
him
dating for
because
9 months, and
yeah, but it seems like the brother have a history because they not inviting her. It's like okay, so this dude pretty much change girlfriend like every other time.
but they just don't like her.
Yeah, or think like she's not gonna last. Like
Yeah,
that's the vibe that it's giving me,
I don't know. We'll see. I just know that we talk way too much about this story. That's all I know.
Uh-huh. So it's everybody's fucked up here. Let's move on to the next
Yeah.
one. Sorry, number two, but everybody's fucked up.
Story number two. It comes from the subreddit Charlotte Dubre YouTube. And I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. The title is The Engagement Ring Show My Friends True Colors. Now I don't like her anymore. Ooh. Now it says, I came with a long post. For context, my brother, his wife, my fiance, and I are all in our early 30s. Like my brother, his wife, and like she's calling his wife Anne, my fiance and I are all in the early 30s. Anne and I were close friends for nearly a decade before the following events. My brother and she have been married for 1 year now. The trouble began about 2 years ago when my brother was trying to propose to her. Like they're married already. She's
Mm.
just saying she doesn't like her anymore. Okay. So the trouble began about 2 years ago when my brother was planning to propose to her. My fiance had proposed to me a few months before that, and I had said yes, but I didn't want a ring because I find them sexist and materialistic. He agreed.
Ah,
When my brother decided to propose to his then girlfriend, he needed help picking out the ring. I offered to take Anne shopping, pretending to look for rings for myself. I called her, told her I had changed my mind about not wanting a ring, and asked for help. She bought it. We went to a mall with lots of jewelers. I never know how to.
jewelries. Jewelries.
Yeah, that. And at the first shop, the seller measured my finger. He showed me a couple of rings and I started trying them on and asking for her opinion. After a couple of rings, she started reaching for them before I could and trying them on herself. I thought it was weird because this was supposed to be for me. At least that's what I told her. At that first shop, I saw a beautiful ring. It was a quaint floral design with tiny diamonds. She said it didn't look like an engagement ring and it was too small. Later, she found something she really liked. She praised the design and the stone. The band had a distinct shape and she said she loved it. She asked for its price. It was much cheaper than the others because, as the seller told us, the stone was a Swarovski crystal, not a diamond. She put the ring down and turned her nose up after learning that. I'm like, what do you mean? What? I'm sorry, this is my personal opinion. Diamonds are overrated. They're way too expensive. Get the ring that looks like a diamond.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty. Nobody has to know it's not a diamond. Again, going back to the story, it says at the other shops, she kept trying on rings herself, and at some point, I just let it go. During our shopping trip, she made a few comments that stuck with me. One, a stone should be huge and sparkly so that everyone can see how a diamond ring should be. In parentheses, it sounds incredibly shameless in our native language. I don't think I can translate this exactly. Two, a proposal without a ring isn't even real. Wow. In parentheses, she knew I was engaged without a ring. Three, this is a comment that she said after seeing a gigantic diamond ring. Your fiance can't afford that anyway. Oh my God, I hate this woman already. And I hate that she's already married to him. She claims she knew the shopping trip was for her. I have a problem with that. Let's say she's telling the truth. Why then would you criticize my engagement by calling proposals with a rings not even real? Why did she comment on my fiance's finances? Very rude and uncalled for. Why the hell did she make it so obvious she wanted something expensive? That's embarrassing and entitled and bratty. Now, let's say she didn't understand and thought we were really shopping for me. Then why did she try on all the rings herself and push her opinions on me instead of actually helping? The store she liked was an hour away, so my brother drove to another city to buy her the ring. He proposed on her birthday. She said yes. My mom called him the next day. I was visiting her. My brother put the phone on speaker and we heard Anne say, I was looking at bigger stones, but this one is very elegant too. Sorry, I was about to say a bad word. Ah, the dinner thing. 6 months ago, we met for dinner, and my brother and I. We were all coming from work. The meeting spot was close to my office, so I had time to kill. A colleague invited me to hang out with one of her friends while we waited. This friend parked his car nearby, and we sat inside chatting, drinking coffee, and smoking. When Anne called to say she was almost there, I got out and went to our meeting spot. My brother was the farthest away, so I had to spend some time alone with Anne before he arrived. She asked where I had been, and I told her the exact story. She then asked me who the guy was, insinuating I was having an affair. I wanted to shut it down, so I told her he was just a friend of a friend. She kept accusing me of not telling her anything more. Okay? Gossip much? It says the wallet. One more incident that stings happened just yesterday. My mom, fiance, and my brother were hanging out. Someone asked to describe our partners by comparing them to an object. For example, I compare my fiancé to Vans or Converse shoes. Once you break them in, they feel like they were made for you. That's cute. My brother compared Anne to a pillow. My mom compared herself to a salt shaker. It was all very silly and lighthearted. Everyone laughed until Anne spoke. Anne said my brother was a wallet. Awkward silence. I say I'd cry if my fiance said that about me. Then Anne backpedaled, saying it was a joke, and kept asking my brother if he was upset. He didn't respond. I realized I have a millions of stories about Anne. If you like her, I have more materials. If it matters, I have a great relationship with my little brother. We are close. He knows all about the ring shopping incident, but I do not talk negatively about his wife in front of him or other people. Only my parents, my fiance, and a couple of very close friends I know how I really feel.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then she's responding to some replies, some comments that she had over and over again. And she said, one, it got weird not simply because she was trying on rings. When we stepped into new shops, she was the one talking to the sales associate and explaining what style she wanted to try. When they asked, "Are we looking for you?" she said, "No, for my friend," and I stepped back a few times. But other than that, she completely took over. Number two, the shoes comment is lost in translation. In my language, it means something more like getting used to. It's not just me getting used to the shoes also get used to me. There is not a similar expression in English. If I made direct translation, it will be something like, once the shoes and I get used to each other, which sounds ridiculous in English. The original sentence does not sound like me breaking him and manipulating him to fit what I want. What? I never thought that. I thought it was cute. That's crazy.
I guess different language,
Yeah,
you know,
I
from
don't know. I think the her brother's why. I mean, it's a bitch. She does not deserve the brother. She does not deserve the ring. That is elegant. Ugh,
complaining
whatever.
about the ring like that. I'm like, she never heard of the song of Taylor Swift that says like, um, what is this song that says like, if you don't have money, I'm okay to marry with a paper ring?
Uh-huh. I don't remember the name of the song, but yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Here.
Um, so I guess you can see she's a little interest on certain material things that's important for her.
Wow, the comments are very, very strong.
Like,
The first one says she could have compared him to a doormat.
I don't like
And then somebody responds, if he really married her, he is. She mocks his sister's relationship, says a ring is only good if it's big, flashy, and a status symbol diamond. Wow, she looks to find dirt whenever she's at a disadvantage and will probably leave if the wallet ever shrank.
like that's true because that's the vibe that she's giving. Like no money amount.
Yep,
So she's probably gonna be like the wife that never works, the one stay-home mom for a choice, even though they have no pets or kids.
yep. Another comment says he will be divorcing her when he realizes that she meant that he is her wallet.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm sorry. Your sister-in-law sucks, and I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, so materialista.
Mhm.
She one
Sorry.
of those people who just
I'm
live,
sorry.
live for appearances only.
Mhm.
Mm. Well, anyhow, so we all encounter people like that. They just live by the appearance.
Yeah. I mean, given time, who knows if this relationship is gonna survive if she continues, and if he realizes that basically she's just using him for his money. So,
Hmm. But usually, people that is in love don't uh people who usually is in love don't see the very upfront that they're being using them for their means and not their themselves.
yeah. Okay. Wanna go to the third story?
Yes, please, because this basic bitch has me achy.
Yeah. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I don't know why. I think it's
Okay.
allergies.
I think you were allergic to the basic picture of the story.
Maybe. It's like the next story comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? And the title is Am I the Asshole for telling my husband's friend we need a space? So, for context, my husband has been friends with this girl since they were 5. I have no problem with this. In fact, this is really cool to have a friend for that long. She's always been really nice to me, and we were on good terms until recently. She texted my husband shortly after Father's Day, saying she got a tattoo for him. He honestly didn't think much of it. He works blue collar, and his job was on a time crunch to get college dorms finished for the upcoming school year. He was super stressed, tired, and out of it a lot when he came home. She came over earlier this month asking my husband if he could fix something for her. He is a licensed electrician. I was trying to get my baby to bed, exhausted from work. The OP says she's a blue collar as well. And she was also dealing with the fact that my uncle had passed and had left everything to me and made me executor of his last wishes and debts. I was not in the mood for company, but my husband had her come over anyways. We were in the middle of cooking dinner, trying to feed my baby, but she was distracted by her, so I was pretty annoyed and just wanted her to leave since I just wanted to eat dinner, get baby to bed, and sleep myself. She then proceeded to bring up the tattoo again, that she got it for him, but got the wrong star sign constellation. She mentioned it was on her ass. Since my husband has been a pain in her butt since she's known him. Again, we were very tired and just wanted to eat and go to bed. I didn't think much of it until the next day. We had issues in the past with female friends overstepping boundaries and respecting a relationship. But I thought we were over this, especially considering we have a kid and are married. I talked to my husband, who had realized what had happened, and he too was quite thrown off by this. It gives off a weird message, considering they only kissed in preschool, and that's literally it. I texted her to let her know this was pretty inappropriate considering he's a married man and that it came off as weird. I asked for some space. She texted later to let me know she had been getting tattoos for people that mean a lot to her, that she had been bad at showing appreciation for other people, and this was her way of doing so. She then stated a lot of bad things have happened to her family at 22, and since her and my husband are the same age, she was worried about something else happening to either her or him. Also, that the tattoo was on her low back, not her behind. But I specifically remember a Snapchat story she posted of the tattoo, the placement on her cheek, captioned Happy Father's Day. I didn't reply because while I do feel bad these things have happened, I do not think you need to drag other people into this fear. That's not the kind of karma I want to attract. I'd like to still be friends, but this seems like it's becoming my fault for not being okay with a wrong tattoo meant for my husband on her ass. Am I the asshole for not being okay with this and being upset? I'm sorry, but for me, she's gone.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yup, too jealous for that. I'm not chill with those things. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, why would you put that? I mean, at the moment that she put that tat over there, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter what you say. Evidence says otherwise. Like, evidence, permanent evidence until you die, or do a tattoo laser remove.
But tattoo on their ass with a caption, Happy Father's Day?
Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
What the fuck?
When you
Yeah.
that will make
No.
that will make people think like, okay, these two have definitely have something going on. Like, it doesn't matter what she say, what he says. Like, what in the world?
Yep.
That's messed up. Well, the friend seems like a little bit going through a lot, but that was a little bit psychotic. Like very psychotic. Like Happy Father's. Oh no, it doesn't matter the how you trying to view that. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
I cannot save this woman. Nope.
Let's go into some of the comments. The first comment says, not the asshole, but your husband is the one who needs to set boundaries. She's his friend. And OP answers, I think I was just so upset by it that I had to say something. I told my husband this, but I was just so bothered I did it. And then the other one says, not the asshole. The fact that your husband also felt weird about it and didn't defend her makes it clear that this wasn't you being jealous or paranoid. He was caught off guard too. And then the comment, it's not my bad, it's my lower back. That's a distinction without a difference. And even then, it contradicts the literal snapshot story you remember. So it sounds like she's backtracking after realizing it was not received well. Even if she meant it as a jokey way, the delivery, especially with the snapshot caption, is wildly inappropriate. Exactly. And then OP responds, he showed me the text when she told him. His was so dry compared to hers. He didn't really care too much and didn't realize what happened. She came over with gifts for me for Mother's Day, and this was a Father's Day gift for him. That was the thing that upset me. I don't know, but a lot of people are saying, I wouldn't be this cool of a wife. I will have cussed her out.
Ah,
And it's like, I'm such a people pleaser, but a few of my friends have said the same thing. That was OP.
but
So yeah, everybody's like, no, not the asshole. She sucks.
let's be honest, like, isn't my lower back and my behind, right, the same spot? Like,
Same shit, my girl.
I'm
No, that's
like,
the problem.
I'm like, you're trying to make things better. You just drowning yourself. I'm like, you cannot be that stupid. I'm like,
Like,
pobrecito.
what do you mean Happy Father's Day?
I
It's not
mean,
sad because of you. He has a whole ass wife and a kid. That's
I guess you like her daddy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But
So
it does make sense when they say they're 22. And I was like, okay, that is a little bit young. So she's wild and she probably really wanted him.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. You don't send that stuff to people who marry,
nope.
you know.
Okay, moving on. Let's go to the last story that we have today.
Okay.
And it comes from the subreddit again. Am I the asshole? Technically, I don't know if this subreddit is just Am I the asshole or something else. Because I think it says Am I the asshole underscore will I be the asshole underscore public. So that's a subreddit.
It's from a man the asshole. It is.
Uh-huh. And
Uh, need
that
to.
what? What are you doing, Sabit?
Oh no no no! I was trying to say the subreddit. Sorry,
The what?
the subreddit for
Oh, yes.
the story. But you're fine. It is. It is. Am I the asshole?
And will I be the asshole? Public.
Yeah, I never heard of that one before.
Me neither, but this story caught my attention, so we'll see.
Okay, I will say that to read more about it.
It says, the title says, Am I the asshole for sending my wife an anonymous STD notification? It says, I, 32 male, have been married to my wife, Maria, 30 female, for 12 years. We married young, had ups and downs, but never anything like this. About a year ago, she volunteered for a 6-month military adjacent deployment. When she came back, she began acting different, including new clothes, hair, expensive nails. I knew it was a very traumatic experience, so I figured it was her processing the intense assignment. Then I noticed a guy, let's call him Alex, like liking, like or hearting every one of her social media posts. I didn't know him, which was unusual, since we know everyone in each other's circles. She said they met on deployment and that I should let it go.
Mm.
Fast forward to about 4 months ago, when her team planned a reunion picnic, she got weird about who was gonna be there and where it was. On the day, she got dolled up, and I overheard telling a friend how cute someone was.
Oh.
She left at 11 a.m. and never checked in. By 9 p.m., I used find Mai to see where she was at an Italian restaurant downtown, which was an odd spot for a picnic. So I did what any self-respecting human will do. I drove to the restaurant. She was there with Alex. And after that, all the alarms were going off. I didn't confront her. Instead, I called my brother, who told me about the ability to send anonymous STD notifications. I took a few days to figure out my next move. A few days later, I sent her one. She received a notification saying, a partner tested positive for STD and recommends that you also get tested. She didn't say a word to me. She didn't say anything all day. Turns out she sent Alex a disappearing iMessage asking if he'd given her an STD. That was all I needed. I quietly got my affairs in order and told her I was moving out and filing for divorce. She still swears she never cheated. I will never tell her how I know. It says, note, key elements of the story were slightly altered for my family privacy. And there is an update or clarification. Most importantly, when I say disappearing text, I was referring to the invisible ink message. Sorry if this story comes off as fake. I have felt incredibly guilty about it for a while now. I feel like I can't share it with my family and friends. I just needed to get it out.
Oh.
Why do you feel guilty? You didn't do anything. You exposed a cheater. That's crazy.
So what was it again with the disappearing text?
I'm pretty sure it was like, you know how on Instagram you go to a disappearing message when you swipe
Oh.
up and
Uh-huh.
you write things down, but you swipe up again and this is regular. So sometimes if you don't get it to delete it immediately, it still saves. So if you do swipe up again, you can see the hidden messages.
Ah.
So I think it's something like that. Because like the first comment is like, how would you know if she sent a disappearing message? And then somebody's like, probably meant the invisible ink iMessage feature, which I didn't know existed, which you can go back and see. The message is just hidden unless you swipe it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I never tried those before.
that's what I meant. Me neither, but I was thinking about Instagram, like when you swipe. So it
Mhm.
might be the same in iMessage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, that's messed up. So what, so he just drove to the restaurant and saw who she was with and then did nothing pretty much
Yeah.
to see it. And then
Basically, you send the STD, and then she was like, did you give me an STD? Meaning, of course you had sex.
got you. So that was all the confirmation he needed to just to bail. Like,
Mhm.
bye, we done. That's just it. Oh Lord, I need a haircut. Does suck for her, but at the same time, girl, you should have checking in because from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. without your husband here from you.
Yeah, don't tell people how to cheat. You shouldn't cheat, and that's the end of the story. If you're married to someone, if you're with someone, that means that you love them. And if you don't love them anymore and you want to date somebody else, break up with them first.
Yeah.
And then do your thing. Divorce first and then do your thing.
People like to have that psychological pressure on top of them.
I guess I like the risk. But why the risk? If you have a family, you're gonna lose it all.
Oh, you mean like, well, I'm not too happy with this one, but let me try this one. But what if that one doesn't work out? So I don't want it to live without nothing. So let me
Mhm.
try this one, but I still have the other one. And if this one work out nicely, then I leave this one. I get,
That's have a cake and eat it too or something like that.
that's
It's
so,
there is have the cake and eat it too or something like that.
have a king too.
Have you? Oh my God, I'm really worse at these things. Have a cake and eat it too. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the proverb literally means you cannot simultaneously retain possession of a cake and eat it too.
Mm,
Says having your cake and eating it too. Uh-huh.
got you.
That's like trying to, like you explained, like trying to have both things at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Or simply just talk it off with the other person, and that's it. Because, you know,
Just separate. If you're not happy, you separate.
at the end of the day, that's what ain't happening. He left. And that's what
Yes.
the word. So now you
But
have
she's
a
hard
choice.
having problems.
Now
She
you can
cheated.
try. Now she can go and try with Alex all she wants. Unless Alex also have a wife. And they
Ooh.
both trying to like,
He's not leaving the wife for her.
probably. I've been seeing stuff like when one left the husband and then the husband didn't left the other wife, and then that wife like left everything for that guy and the other guy didn't come through. And then she ended by herself in the street because she didn't work. Like,
Yep.
well deserved, bitch. Well deserved. Anyhow, guys, I hope you like the stories for today's podcast. Um, it was all of everything related about fiancés, family, and betrayal for everybody. So definitely some of these people were the assholes. Other definitely were worse than the assholes.
Hmm.
Actually the chick that attacks on her chick. Um, I'm so sorry, on her lower back.
Yeah, on her lower back.
Yes, sorry, like it's not the same crap. Um, stuff like that's happening, apparently happening in a daily basis since this story are not long. So best policy if just keep it open to yourself, with your partner, what you guys want to do, so you don't end in this predicament that might end in regrets, like half of the stories went today.
Hmm.
So if anybody tells me they will go proceed to marry with a guy that your fiance is, I'm sorry, that your brother-in-law is being an asshole, even though he apologized after, but you're still inviting him to the wedding after all that timing after he apologized though? Because he did apologize, but I'm like, so you would pass page?
I
I,
will not advise him to the wedding until he apologizes.
but he did at the end of the day, because the comment says like he did.
Okay, he can come to the wedding, I guess. He cannot be in the wedding party though.
Exactly. He can attend, but not being part of
Wedding party.
the
I think
wedding party of the main activities. He can
yes.
be like a spectator.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but be
Okay.
honest.
Thank you for watching another episode.
Yes.
And we'll let you go, guys. Bye.
Adios.